Hi guys, today we're taking a look at my favorite creature features. Often a hybrid of horror and science fiction, they've been around for a long time, like King Kong from 1933. They're known for having non-human antagonists, usually animals or animal-like creatures. But also they should have human protagonists, which isn't always the case. For instance, some of the Planet of the Apes movies shift the focus more towards the apes in that regard. Also, I will not include vampires since they are often in human form and have human origins. And besides, I've already done a separate ranking for those movies. So with that said, here are my top 10 creature features. Number 10. Jurassic World. Yes, starting off my list is the entertaining and successful reboot of the Jurassic series, finally having an open theme park for the public. Of course, a disaster occurs when a genetically modified hybrid dinosaur, the Indominus Rex, escapes containment and goes on a killing spree. Now it's up to raptor trainer Owen Grady and park operations manager Claire Daring to try save the day. The movie has great visual effects and there are many exciting and terrifying moments. The new characters are very good, especially Grady played by Chris Pratt, and the meta-humor is a nice touch. Overall, occasionally ridiculous, but a well-made popcorn flick. Number 9. Arachnophobia. This is a quite underrated, forgotten 90s flick that features spiders. A lot of them. The movie has a very good Jeff Daniels in the lead role and John Goodman in a memorable supporting one. The plot involves a small Californian town being invaded by an aggressive and dangerous species of spider accidentally brought in from Venezuela. This leads to many suspenseful, tense and shocking moments with actual real spiders being mostly used. I like how Jeff Daniels' everyman hero is not a Rambo kind of guy. He's a family man who overcomes his fears to save the day. Furthermore, it's well paced with good character development and a great comedy-horror balance. So all in all, a solid and affectionate tribute to old Hollywood creature features.
Hollywood Pictures and Amblin Entertainment present Arachnophobia.
Alright, number 8. Prey. This is a clever reboot of the Predator franchise that understands what made the original movie work and takes a different approach. The story centers around Naru, a young Comanche girl 300 years ago who wants to prove herself as a hunter. She finds herself having to defend her tribe from one of the first highly evolved predators to land on Earth. The cinematography works well with amazing, beautiful environments and the Comanche warriors are believable in their roles, especially Amber Midthunder as Naru. It's a movie that draws you in with an interesting story, fast-paced and engaging the whole way through, and a worthy follow-up to the first installment. Number 7. Alien. Ridley Scott's sci-fi horror classic from 1979 still holds up remarkably well. The amazing xenomorph design, the Nostromo spaceship setting, the creepy atmosphere, and Sigourney Weaver's performance as Ripley are second to none. It's slow, dark, and suspenseful, and it's easy to see why many consider it a masterpiece. The plot centers around the crew aboard Nostromo, who on their way home from a job investigates a distress signal on a nearby planet, leading into a facehugger attack and unknowingly getting a terrifying alien creature on their ship. The movie has strong, memorable scenes, and the atmospheric soundscape created by Jerry Goldsmith fits the movie perfectly. Moving on to number 6, Predator. John McTiernan's iconic first movie in the series is a mashup of sci-fi, action and horror with Arnold Schwarzenegger in the lead role as Dutch. It starts out with a generic premise of a badass team on a rescue mission in the jungle, but changes completely when the mysterious and superior Predator shows up, taking them out one by one. Now the tough guys are the underdogs, and Dutch must eventually use his wits to defeat the monster, not his muscles. The Predator design is excellent, an ugly motherfucker as Dutch puts it. The practical effects are great and the location photography is very good. It has many quotable lines, simply a terrific movie, one of Arnie's best and still the best of the franchise.
Ugly motherfucker.
Number 5. Gremlins. One of my favorite movies of the 80s, a charming horror comedy featuring an adorable mogwai creature called Gizmo who can reproduce and spawn mean-spirited gremlins if a few rules are not respected. Of course, that's exactly what happens when main character Billy receives Gizmo as a pet for Christmas and water is accidentally spilled on the mogwai, thus breaking one of the rules and setting events in motion that eventually creates a whole army of green little monsters. Naturally, they decide to tear up the town and terrorize everyone, making for both hilarious and scary moments. The movie is well paced and entertaining. Some things might look a bit dated, but overall the effects are very good, and it has an amazing atmosphere, even a catchy theme song.
Be a gremlin in your house.
Number 4. Jaws. The first real blockbuster and Steven Spielberg's big breakthrough, a difficult and challenging production that turned out nicely in the end. The story is about a great white shark terrorizing the beaches of Amity Island and Police Chief Brody, who's duty-bound to protect the residents. A simple premise, yes, but masterfully crafted with incredibly suspenseful and shocking moments. It also has a sense of adventure, especially when Brody, along with shark expert Hooper and fisherman Quint, heads out to sea in the brilliant third act. Ironically, Brody is afraid of water, which makes him an outsider in this environment, an unlikely hero. Honestly, this is a near-perfect movie with memorable characters, great acting, an iconic John Williams score, and that legendary opening scene which sets the tone for the entire film. Number 3. Planet of the Apes. Yeah, the 1968 classic that features a captivating performance by Charlton Heston as astronaut George Taylor, whose space vessel crash lands on a strange planet in a distant future where evolved talking apes rule and humans are mute, hunted and enslaved. Witnessing this role reversal, Taylor is captured and taken to Ape City, where he eventually befriends Dr. Cornelius and Dr. Zira, two kind chimpanzees who later help him escape. The ape makeup was groundbreaking for its time and still works today in my opinion. A bit dated of course, but I prefer practical effects over CGI. It feels more real and organic to me. Also, the score by Jerry Goldsmith is excellent, creating a futuristic and eerie atmosphere. And I just love the imagination behind the awesome story. The famous concluding twist is the icing on the cake, a powerful ending to an entertaining and thought-provoking film.
Oh my God. I'm back. I'm home. All the time. We finally, really did it. You maniac! You blew it up!
Alright, number 2. Jurassic Park. 18 years after Jaws, Steven Spielberg once again reinvented the creature feature genre with this extremely well-made movie. The impressive mix of CGI and practical effects still look good today, with believable dinosaurs in a near-complete theme park in Central America, owned by eccentric billionaire John Hammond. He achieved this by extracting DNA from prehistoric fossilized mosquitoes and now invites a few scientists to evaluate the park over a weekend. The guests are shocked to see living dinosaurs in the park, who subsequently break free because of sabotage. The movie has a great cast, with Sam Neill as Dr. Alan Grant and Jeff Goldblum portraying Dr. Ian Malcolm, among others. The music by John Williams is a real standout, one of his best. And of the many suspenseful, exciting moments, I especially liked when the T-Rex escapes from his compound. Truly a remarkable scene. Overall, an excellent blockbuster.
Boy, do I hate being right all the time.
Before I reveal my top pick, I have an honorable mention. Starship Troopers. Yes, Paul Verhoeven's violent and over-the-top sci-fi satire of military propaganda almost made my list, featuring a war in the distant future between humans and arachnids, also called bugs. And now, finally, for my number one, Aliens. James Cameron's perfect sequel that changes genre to sci-fi action sees Ripley helping out on a mission with elite Marines to re-establish a lost connection with a colony moon. After arriving, they soon have to fight off dozens of aliens, and Ripley attempts to protect a young surviving girl called Newt. So, the stakes are higher, it builds out Ripley's character as a surrogate mother, and it introduces an awesome alien queen in the third act. It also has a great false ending, followed by the concluding showdown with Ripley in a power loader fighting the queen. Sigourney Weaver is simply outstanding in this movie. What a performance. And Bill Paxton as Private Hudson and Michael Biehn as Corporal Hicks are also two favorites. The practical xenomorph effects, set design and scenery still look fantastic. Very impressive work, especially for its time, of course. So all in all, one of the best movies of all time, a special favorite for me, and a worthy number one.
Get away from her, you bitch!